So the first lesson that you have in pre-calc for this week is the fundamental theorem of algebra. This is talking about how many times it could possibly cross the x-axis. So what we need to look at to determine this is the degree of our polynomial. So if we look at this one, our degree of our polynomial here is 4. So it can cross the x-axis at most 4 times. It doesn't have to cross 4 times, but it can cross at most 4 times. Well, if we think about what the degree meant in terms of end behavior, if you have an even degree, it means that your ends are either both going up on both sides or they're both going down on both sides, but they have the same direction. And we know what that direction is by determining the leading coefficient. And our leading coefficient here is 1. And since that is positive, then I know that my end behavior would be that both ends are opening up. But, and to be able to create a graph, we need to be able to look at our function and tell what are those intercepts. How many times does it actually cross? So the first thing I would look here and I see, well, all the terms have an x. So I would need to factor out an x. And I would have x cubed plus 9x squared plus 27x plus 27. Then I would need to go ahead and factor that completely, and it's going to give me x plus 3 cubed. All right. Now, when we look at this, we need to be able to find where it crosses. Well, to be able to find where it crosses the x-axis, we need to set that equal to 0. So we get an x equals 0 and an x equals a -3. Now, what you can determine from there, the exponent on this x would just be a 1. So this 0 accounts for one of your solutions, where this one has an exponent of 3. That accounts for 3 of your solutions. And because your degree is 4, you should have a total of 4 solutions, whether they all be real or you have some real or some imaginary. Now, we write this as saying that this has a multiplicity of 3, okay? Now, anytime you're looking at a graph and it has an odd multiplicity tells you it touches the x-axis. Sorry, odd multiplicity tells you it crosses the x-axis. I had that messed up. An even multiplicity tells you that it touches the x-axis. Okay, so when you're trying to find your solutions in your for your function, we need to make sure that we have the same number of solutions as we do our degree. So like I said, 0 counts as 1 solution, but the -3 has a multiplicity of 3, so it would count as 3 of the solutions. Another issue that I have seen is they're asking you to write a polynomial with certain solutions. So they might say you have 4, 2, and I a solution, and they want a degree of 4. Now, we only see 3 solutions. However, when you're dealing with complex, if a complex solution is listed, you must also have its conjugate. So if I is listed, then -I should be listed as well. So what you would do is you would plug that in by saying, okay, what would be the factor that would give me 4? Well, x minus 4 would be the factor that would give me 4. The factor that would give me 2 is x minus 2. The factor that would give me I is x minus I. And the factor that would give me -I is x plus I, or minus a negative. So if I asked you for the factors, this would be the factors. If it asked you for the polynomial, you would need to multiply that all out. Again, if you have any questions or concerns, please make sure that you email me. Also remember that the end of the quarter is October 22nd, so please make sure you're trying to get caught up. Have a great week.